Off the rim, no good. Rebound, fought for one, and scored by number 23, Zach Edwards.
Deb, going to be interesting to see if there's any hangover for the Flyers after playing that early afternoon game. I know they've had a chance to get their legs up, but like I said, just out of the normal, playing 2 games in a day.
Carter to Robinson. We're tied 2-2. Same play, lob it high to Lemke, and he steps out of bounds. And he wanted a foul, didn't get it. Good defense there by Riverton. The Silver Wolves, the mascot. You ever seen a...
I've never seen a silver wolf before, so.
Isn't it? Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Okay.
You're right.
I probably got to watch more Game of Thrones or something.
Yeah, I guess Wolves wasn't good enough. Silver Wolf.
Bucket good. Logan Dunfield, the senior, 6'5" forward. Ahead they go to Lemke. Lemke is fouled. They're going to call a reach in on Edwards, I believe.
That's it's going to get talked about over and over again. But that's what makes Kyle special is he runs the floor for a big man, and really good job finding him.
6:23 to go, and both teams kind of chirping a little bit right now at the officials. Roberts said, and this is one of the reasons Jordy gets a lot of assists. They got a lot of set stuff where he can get it in and they can score off inbounds designed plays, Coach.
Yeah, Coach Roberts always does a great job with his out-of-bounds plays. Always difficult to guard. There's a lot of counters to him, but great scoring opportunities for the Flyers.
What a save by Dunfield. And now they go to work offensively. He saved it, stayed in bounds, and threw a perfect pass, falling out of bounds to a teammate.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes there.
Yeah. How good is Mahomes? And a kick ball, so the clock will go to 24. 3-man crew tonight here. Brian Abbott, McPherson, and who's our other official? I can't tell.
Brian's been doing it for. He used to ref me in high school. Brian's one of the best officials, not only in the region but the state.
And there's a mid-range J again by Zachary Edwards. The 6'4" junior's got a couple buckets and 4 points. Roberts out top, hounded by Stratton Johnson. They go to the corner to GC.
It'll be interesting to hear. Flyers have made a concerted effort to get the ball into Kyle. Goes up strong right there, but what else is going to open up? Are we going to get a 3 from Brecken or John here on a kick out from Kyle?
So far, Wolves lead 6-2. We're in the home whites. Flyers wearing the road blues. The Flyers down the shorts. 3 from the corner won't go. Loose ball tracked down in the corner, saved by Robinson. They're going to call a bump foul on Jackson Karekis.
And that's good. I mean, if I'm a Flyer, I'll take that foul. Let's try to get Karekis in foul trouble as early as we can. Get him on the bench.
Yeah, he knows how to score it. Roberts crossed half court on a waist-high dribble. Uses a Lemke screen and will take a jumper and parry it. Jordy Roberts.
Great read by Jordan right there. Defender went under the screen. Very good stop and pop right there.
I call him Jordy, but most of his buddies and teammates call him J-Rob. I think he prefers J-Rob, but for some reason since he was in 2nd grade, I've called him Jordy, Little Jordy. High rebound, Karekis put back good. Jackson Karekis. Strong rebound.
Yeah, you tell he's going to be a problem tonight for the Flyers.
Dish to Robinson, back to Roberts, and they say stepped out of bounds. 8-4 Riverton leading on our Wilkinson scoreboard, and a turnover by Dixie.
Yeah, Jordan Roberts ran out of bounds on that pass. He can't be the first one to come back in and touch it. Good call by the official.
7-1 Flyers, 4-1 Silver Wolves here on the Fan Sports Network. If you're listening on radio, you want to watch this game, just go to our website, thefansportsnetwork.com. Live stream presented by all of our great local partners. Whip pass, what a pass by Roberts. Carter, though, passes on the 3, and he'll get a better one because they go below the screen, but he missed it. Actually passed up a 3 to get a better 3, but no good. And now Karekis stop, pop, mid-range J, too strong off the back iron. Rebound, fought for, and goes off Roberts' feet out of bounds back to Riverton.
Yeah, tough break there, and this may be where the Flyers are feeling a little bit. Haven't connected from deep yet. Maybe they're just trying to get their legs underneath them from that first game. I expect some of those to start falling here for Roberts and and Robinson and Grant Carter. You got Damon Myers coming in the game for John Southwick right now as well.
3:51 left in the first quarter, 8-4, our score. Jordy Roberts gets the takeaway. Bounce pass to Robinson, easy lay-in from the left side with the right hand. Flyers want to get out and run.
They do it better than anybody, and they do it all the time. Made baskets, turnovers, missed baskets, they're running. And you can tell it's something they work on at practice in any game they play. Their transition game is up there with anybody.
Dunfield drives the baseline, kick out to the corner to Johnson. Stratton going to kick it. Good look at a three by Benjamin Barris. And Barris buries it. 11-6 now, Riverton leads.
Yeah, great driving kick right there, wide open threes.
Three-pointers brought to you by You First Credit Union. Jordy Roberts driving, hanging, hitting. No, came up short, but he'll shoot two from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Again, Dixie wins earlier today against Logan. This is their second game of the day. Cedar loses to Bountiful. Crimson just won over Spanish Fork. Desert Hills is winning big right now against Maple Mountain. And Pineview is trailing to Manta. I haven't seen a final on that one, but it didn't look good for the Panthers late in that game, and they were down by double digits.
Yeah, another great day in the Coach Walk. Great win for the Thunder. You know, kind of have a runaway victory there. Maybe get some momentum headed into tomorrow and into region play after the break. Against the Maple Mountain team that took Dixie to the wire last night.
3:03 to go. 11-7. Silverwolves lead. We got it wrong on our video stream. We got the home team listed wrong. We'll get that corrected. Thank you, Eric. Our viewers are savvy, Casey. Eric just texted me. Riverton is leading this one for our online audience watching this game. Bounce pass down low, and there is Karekis who lays it home. Strong move.
We needed Eric yesterday when you and I did a 3/4 of a game without anybody being able to hear a word we said.
We had some technical difficulties. Inside Lemke.
Oh, good move by Kyle right there. Quick spin, great finish at the rim.
Lemke already in this game has 6 points. Karekis out top. Wonder if those two would put on a little bit of a show. Inside to Dunfield. Dunfield grabs it, whips it. Carter trying to fight for it. Now Damon Myers getting on the court. Riverton somehow corrals it, gets it down low to Dunfield. Blocked by Lemke, but they call a foul.
Yeah, tough one there. Probably a little bit of arm on there. I love Damon Myers, man. He comes in off the bench and he brings a spark. He's been on the floor 2 or 3 times, got a steal that led to an easy layup.
Yeah, he had 7 off the bench in the winning Logan, and we named him the Jersey Mike sub of the game. He played really good, hit a couple threes, goes 3 for 4 from the field, very efficient, had some rebounds. He plays bigger than he is. That's the thing I noticed earlier today.
Yeah, very, very active, but already leaving his impact on the game here tonight.
Free throw, good. Riverton up 13-9. One more from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Don't forget, coupon books are on sale through the holidays. Download their mobile app, get their best wash for free at the 2 Southern Utah locations. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, Lemke. Here comes Myers across half court. Wilden is into the game as well. They'll lob it in to the big guy, Lemke. Pump fake, go up off the glass and in. Kyle Lemke, low block, doing work.
Yeah, that's just a combination of, one, Jordan Roberts throwing a great pass, but Kyle doing his work early, getting a good seal, so he makes that pass easy for J-Rob, and then it's just an easy catch and finish.
Hard drive through the middle by Barris. Now out top to Karekis. Stolen by Jordy. Here comes Roberts. Slows it up, goes to the middle. Good handles with the basketball. Kicks to the corner. Wide open, Wilden. 3-ball corner pocket goes.
And Jordan did something there that you don't see a lot of guards do. He just kept his dribble alive. A lot of guys will pick their dribble up there, get themselves into a tough spot. He kept that dribble alive and found the guy wide open in the corner.
Drive to the middle, and it's poked away by Myers and right to Roberts. Roberts pushing ahead. Lemke hits the deck. Roberts continues on and scores it, but did they stop play first?
Yeah, I think they called the foul, hand check early.
So they'll trigger it in, no bucket. 14-13, Dixie has the lead. Just like that, they can score in bunches.
Yeah, and once again, leading the charge is Jordan Roberts, doing a little bit of everything. Scoring, attacking the rim, more than I've seen him do so far this season, and then obviously facilitating.
Roberts deep, you first Credit Union 3. Yes, sir!
There he is. Off to a great start.
Nothing but the bottom for Jordy Roberts. He's got 6.
6 and probably 3 or 4 assists already,
Yep.
a couple steals.
Playing well. Mid-season form. Left angle. Caden Allred gives it up. Kobe Nielsen. Nielsen crossing over to the elbow. Now flip it over to Benjamin Barris. Back to Dunfield. Dunfield blocked away by Lemke. Lemke outlets. Here comes Roberts. Roberts right to the middle. All the way to the rack. No. Pass to the corner. Driving to the middle is Barris. Kicks it back out. Here is Allred. Little floater. Got it. Caden Allred. And that beats the horn, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. Entertaining, fast-paced quarter.
Yeah, great finish to the quarter for the Flyers. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going in to start the second.
We'll take a 30-second timeout on the Wilkinson scoreboard. 17-15. Dixie has the lead over Riverton on the Fan Sports Network and streaming on thefansportsnetwork.com.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
netsonfire.org.
We are back here at the field house, home of the Mustangs. They won earlier tonight by 10 over Spanish Fork. They're now 5-3. Dixie with the win tonight would go to 8-1. And you got to believe if they win again tonight and tomorrow, that they would have a legitimate shot to be the #1 team in the RPI when it comes out. Although Skyview, Ridgeline, Layton Christian, Snow, there's some good teams.
Yeah, I think you'll see Skyview, Dixie, Ridgeline kind of battling. And it's going to be so close, and not too much, is put into that first one. There's all the region games that still have to follow after that, but it is good to kind of see where everyone's at after the preseason games finish up.
Jumper no good by Riverton. Here comes the Flyers. Ahead to Southwick. Catch and release. Nothing but net, but he traveled first, they say.
He did. Yeah, kind of shuffled the feet. And that's someone I'd really like to see get going a little bit is John Southwick. A lot's been made about him. He reminds me a little bit of a Jordan Eaton, how hard he plays and how physical he is. But I'd really like to see him get going offensively here.
He's got a pretty looking shot. In fact, one of the most beautiful releases I've seen from a sophomore in a long time.
Yeah, it's smooth, and he can hit a 3 like we just saw. Really good in the mid-range, fadeaway jumpers. Be good for him to get some opportunities here.
Shot no good from the left corner. Dixie up by 2, 17-15. Early moments of the second quarter. Southwick, there's that jump shot. No good. Rebound Lemke, though. Flyers have a second chance here. Brecken Robinson, no. And then he comes in trying to get that loose ball rebound and commits the foul.
Yeah, Brecken's another kid that can fill it up. Great shot right there. Just a little bit long.
The grandson of longtime Flyer coach Ken Robinson.
Ken's the man. Well, we just moved into his neighborhood.
Oh, cool.
So we've had some really good conversations about basketball when we should be paying attention at our Sunday services.
Ken, he first time I asked him for an interview, he was like, "Now, who are you again?" And I was this young, 20-year-old radio guy, and it was kind of similar to the first time I met Greg Croshaw. I developed a great relationship with Ken over the years, and we loved talking hoops. And same thing with Coach Croshaw. I'll never forget the first Colonel's luncheon I went to. I asked him a question, and I almost thought he was going to rip my head off like Jerry Sloan on a bad question from a reporter, but he answered it, and we've been lifelong friends ever since.
Yeah, and Coach Robinson, I didn't personally know him. I never coached against him. I think I may have played against him in high school, but it's been so fun for me just to have some conversations with him about old Dixie teams and old Region 9 teams, and so
got a great memory.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun talking basketball.
A lot of knowledge to pass along. There's no question about it now. Oh, but running the baseline, but didn't have the ball, and it's off of the Flyers. Kind of a little bit sloppy. How many turnovers is that now for Dixie? Yeah, that is 3 now.
3 or 4, yeah. And they're trying to make the right play, just having a tough time fully connecting. A few passes, had a few passes a little low, a little high, but they're trying to make the right play.
Drop it inside, kick it back out quickly. Again, we're tied 17-17 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
This is a time where I think, with Krekus out for Riverton, if Dixie can get a few stops, get a few easy buckets, and extend this lead before the half, I think it'd be really good for them.
Transition 3 from the corner, no good by Southwick. And here comes Riverton, chance to break this tie. 17 up, 5:26 to go in the third. Ball is deflected, it's loose, picked up by Roberts. J-Rob across half court. Whip pass over to Southwick. And this one doesn't go. Missed a couple in a row.
Yeah, 2 good looks for him, though. You want him to keep shooting those.
Shot from the corner, that won't go, and both teams cooling down a little bit.
Good job by Coach Roberts here. Let's slow it down. Let's get into a set we know we can score out of. So let's see what we have here.
Final 66-51. Desert Hills has won. Local updates brought to you by Nets on Fire. Grant Carter, he'll take a 3. Misses everything. And here come the Silver Wolves. And a timeout. Coach Wilson thinking, hey, let's talk things over. 30-second timeout. We'll be back, tied at 17 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News
Football.com.
Well, I was searching, don't have a final score. CC back in studio, if you catch a final of that Pineview game, pass it along to me. We know Desert Hills has won, so, and I haven't seen a Snow Canyon final score either, but we know Crimson.
Let's see, I heard just down in the stands, I think they barely pulled it out over Green Canyon. Sounded like it was a close one. Don't remember the final, but it did sound like Snow Canyon pulled it out. I think that's what I heard.
So, as best of our knowledge, only Cedar is the only Region 10 team to drop a game today then.
Yeah, and I think everyone's in play other than Hurricane. Is the other team not playing this weekend?
Yep, they're not playing this tournament. Everybody else is in. And turnover Riverton. He couldn't quite gather the ball and stay in bounds in that corner. Good effort there by Caden Allred, but another turnover. How many turnovers is that for Riverton now? Let's see. That is
5 or 6.
Six turnovers by Riverton. Inside, Lemke off the window and in.
That quick spin is so tough. He just kind of leans back a little bit, gets the defender on his heels, and then he makes that quick spin, and Kyle's going to be able to finish over most defenders.
Lemke now into double digits. He has 10. Again, averaging just a shade under 24 points per game. And he's just a junior, Casey.
Yeah. That mustache makes you think otherwise, but most of this group, other than Grant Carter, John's only a sophomore, so a few really good years ahead for the Dixie Flyers.
Jump ball on the court, brought to you by Luke Udy and Associates, your local American Family Insurance Agency. Get a free quote today on auto, home, or life insurance. See how much Luke can save you.
And most of these Flyer players, Kyle, Jordan, Brecken even, got some time last year, so I mean they're well versed in what it means to play varsity basketball.
Love it when a player goes bank. The angle was perfect there for Brecken Robinson.
Yeah, Coach Robinson probably taught him that one. You don't see that very often anymore.
Foul on the floor. Or did it just get knocked out of bounds? I was looking down for a second. 21-17, Flyers have the 4-point lead. It'll stay with Riverton. And all ready to trigger it in. Gets it in out top to Stratton Johnson. Drop it into Dunfield. And an offensive foul taken by Damon Myers.
There he is again. You know, it's not always a scoring. It's a charge, a steal, a rebound. Great job right there sliding over and taking one right in the chest.
Flyers up by 4. Roberts flips it over to Robinson. Brecken flips it on a weave to Carter. Carter going to drive down the lane and kick it back out to J-Rob. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Just a little tiny extension of the arm by Jordy.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. That's pretty soft. I mean, that was good defense for sure, but I don't think there was an advantage either way. That's a good play on right there.
Fresh shot clock. Here come the Silverwolves. Kind of feel like they need a bucket here if you're a Riverton fan. Out top, Karekis. 6'4" senior gives it up to Allred. He's just a junior. Now to Dunfield. Another senior. And a turnover, right in front of the Flyer bench.
Yeah, Silverwolves have had a tough time taking care of the ball. A lot of empty possessions for them.
That's 3 turnovers on Karekis.
Yeah, and you just got to connect some of those passes, and at least any coach will say a bad shot's better than a turnover.
Outside, Roberts trying to feed it down to Lemke, and good job by Logan Dunfield coming in front and nearly getting a takeaway. It goes out of bounds, though, and it'll stay with Dixie.
Yeah, they're really trying to get the ball into Kyle. Kyle kind of got to slide up, use his butt a little bit more to keep that sill as Jordan's throwing it in.
Hand off to Roberts. Roberts to the middle, up and in. Beautiful job by Jordy Roberts. He's just so silky smooth.
Yeah, sneaky finish there. Really good extension to lay it up nice and soft off the glass.
Ball stripped and stolen by Damon Myers.
There he is, man.
This kid's going to keep earning a lot of minutes to how hard he plays.
Yeah, you must be giving out free subs for that sub of the game. He must like Jersey Mike's. He's definitely leaving his impact on this game.
You got to have a guy off the bench and fighting down low. Lob it high, and Lemke missed the dunk. Just couldn't catch it clean. It was challenged at the rim.
Yeah, that would have been an amazing finish. Great pass by Jordan. Kyle couldn't quite put it down. Looks like he maybe got fouled, but no call by the officials.
I was ready to give out the text number for the house to jump dunk of the game, but we'll have to wait a little longer.
Yeah, I think we'll get one.
Back to the Flyers. Again, Riverton's been stuck on 17 for this whole
Since
quarter.
the quarter, yeah. Great job. You never want to see a goose egg, in the box score for a quarter, but it's a combination of, just the tenacity on the defensive end by the Flyers, but also they're being a little careless with the ball and kind of causing their own pain a little bit.
Yep, 7 turnovers, and then they've gone cold from the field, and they're on a 6.5-minute scoreless drought. 6:40 to be exact, but a turnover by Dixie.
This is where if you're the Silverwolves, let's get to the free throw line. Let's get something in the paint. I think they maybe shot 2 free throws all night. Let's get something where we can have a little momentum going into the halftime.
Jumper won't go. Rebound Brecken Robinson. Yeah, who's going to grab the momentum going into the locker room? 1 minute to go in the second quarter.
Well, and if I'm the Silverwolves, we haven't scored all quarter and we're only down 6. So It's not like, Dixie's done a great job of capitalizing on holding a team scoreless. So if I'm the Silverwolves, I'm feeling pretty lucky to be in this situation I'm in right now.
Carter out top to Roberts. Down to 11 on the shot clock. Roberts will shoot the 3, but miss it. And rebound collected by Riverton. Here they go. Kick to the corner, deflected by Carter to Roberts. What a pass ahead to Robinson. And he lays it in. That was an unbelievable pass by J-Rob.
Yeah, that could be play of the game. I don't care what happens. That's amazing. Just put it out there, one-hopped it. Brecken caught it off the bounce and scored it. That was a fabulous pass.
How did he even see him? That pass nearly went the length of the floor. Unbelievable. And now it's 5 on the clock. Shot won't go. It goes out of bounds. And that'll end the first half with Dixie holding Riverton scoreless in the quarter, and they've got the lead 25-17. Coach, your thoughts?
Yeah, 17-17, I believe, at the end of the first quarter. And Dixie, great job. I don't know if I've ever seen that, where you go scoreless in a quarter. But credit to Dixie for, getting turnovers and forcing tough shots, and then being able to extend that lead to 8, at the end of the quarter. I really think that's going to be the key, is who can kind of clean up on the offensive end, cut down on some turnovers that maybe leads to some free throws, some easy buckets, some wide open threes. But good job by Dixie right there to close out the second quarter with a goose egg for Riverton.
And how about that pass at the end?
Oh, that was, yeah.
Oh, Coach.
Yeah, kind of a little hook pass. That was impressive. I hope everyone saw that at home. You won't see that type of pass very often in high school basketball.
All right, we'll take a 2-minute timeout. Come back, bring you the Rally Stop halftime show. We're at the half. Flyers lead over Riverton 25-17 right here on the Fan Sports Network and the fansportsnetwork.com on the live stream.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. Hearst General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main and Cedar City.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
At the half here, presented by Rally Stop. Devin Dixon, Casey Winters bringing you the action. This is game 4, final game of the night for us. And it's been an action-packed day. We started with Dixie beating Logan. And then we saw Cedar go down to Bountiful. And then Crimson gets a nice win. And now Dixie trying to win again. But Pineview did lose today, I think about 13. They lost today. We know Desert Hills won today and Snow Canyon won today. So just 2 losses, Cedar and Pineview. Pineview losing to Manti, Cedar losing to Bountiful. Everybody else is winning today, and right now at the half, Dixie's up by 8.
Yeah, good day for Region 10. Getting some good competition. Maple Mountain, Riverton, Logan, they've all been great. And at the half here, great job. We mentioned it before we went to the break. Dixie, great defensive effort in the second quarter there. Able to extend the lead. And some standouts in that first half were obviously J-Rob doing a little bit of everything. 8 points, 4 or 5 assists, couple steals, that dime right at the end to Brecken Robinson that hopefully everyone caught on the caught on the live stream. And then Kyle Lemke doing a really good job, 10 points, doing it all in the paint, in transition, pick and roll, a little bit of everything. And then for Riverton, right, your 17 points have kind of come from everyone. Karekis has 6, and then everyone else that scored only has 1 bucket. So it would be interesting to see what Coach Wilson comes out of the halftime locker room with.
And here's that play
offensively.
again. Here's the play again. Look at the pass from Roberts. One hops it, and Robinson lays it in. Unbelievable. I mean, Roberts was falling to the ground and makes that pass. I mean, just a great play.
Yeah, I think the only thing that could have made that better is if Brecken catches that off the bounce, a little windmill hammer dunk. But, you know, pretty impressive there on all fronts to make that happen. But that just, I think that type of play shows what makes Dixie dangerous. They're connected, right? They've played a lot of ball together. Jordan knows if he gets the ball, he's got 2 or 3 guys running those lanes. So really, really good job by Dixie right there. And they're always a threat in transition like we talked about earlier in the game. They're dangerous. They get out and run. It's an emphasis. They get the ball out quick, and it's 1 or 2 dribbles, and it's up the court. And it creates a lot of scoring opportunities early in the clock for the Flyers. So I expect to see more of that, you know, here in the half as they come out and try to extend this 8-point lead.
All right, let's do this. We'll take another 2-minute timeout. Come back. We'll talk some more second half adjustments and get you ready for the action. Again, at the half on the Wilkinson scoreboard, it's 25-17, Dixie leading Riverton. This is the Rally Stop halftime show on the Fan Sports Network.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main and Cedar City.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Back here, moments away from the start of the second half. This is the Rally Stop halftime show. Appreciate Rally Stop, and no better place to stop. Grab a pregame or postgame meal when you're cheering on your favorite team. Grab some gas, your favorite soda, something to eat. They've got all of your celebration needs. And, of course, excited to have Adams Wealth Advisors on board with us as a sponsor of our statistics. And, again, the big statistics at the half. 6 points for Karekis, but he did have 3 turnovers, and then 10 points for Lemke, 8 for Jordan Roberts. And that ridiculous pass, I spent the whole break putting that out on Instagram and Twitter. I mean, that was a ridiculously unbelievable pass by Jordy Roberts, and he had a bunch of them, and a bunch of dimes in that first half.
Yeah, that one by far the most impressive, and I expect, I mean, I don't know what his personal goal is, but, you know, you talk about double-doubles, right? Kyle Lemke with rebounds and Jordan Eaton with rebounds and a few of these other guys. I imagine at the end of the year when we look at double-doubles in the region, Jordan Roberts is going to be right up there just because of the way that he shares the ball. It's not uncommon for him to be in double-digit scoring and assists. So I expect him to keep kind of leading this Flyer machine in the second half and getting his teammates involved.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be up there in assists in the state. He got to be. I think when I looked last week, he was tied for second in the assist department in the state. So I mean, this kid just knows how to distribute the basketball. One of those players that you mentioned it when he was dribbling. A lot of guys would have terminated the dribble. He just knows how to keep his dribble alive and buy time for guys to get open, and then the pass is usually perfect.
Yeah, and we talked about it last night with Nash Schroeder.
Yeah.
He just doesn't feel that he doesn't get sped up, right? He gets to his spots. He can keep his dribble alive. Jordan Roberts is a lot the same. You can put your best defender on him, and you can pressure him, and he's not going to be fazed by it. He's just going to do his thing and get to his spots and make some positive things happen.
He's the coach, Casey Winters. Devin Dixon, glad you're with us. CC back in the studio. Connor Collins. Gage running the stats tonight. Dusty, our producer for the live stream. Cody's running the camera. The whole crew, great job tonight. Game 4 for us. This is it. Second half, here we go. Brought to you by Jason Baum at Bay Equity Home Loans. And it'll be Riverton ball, and we are underway. And again, 8-point lead and a quick whistle. And the shot clock never started. It's still at 35 seconds, so they got to go figure out what happened there. And probably 8 seconds need to be subtracted because there's 7:52 on the clock. So they got to run it down to 27 seconds here. And maybe I don't know why they're going to put 29. So a 2-second differential between the game and the shot clock. I'm not sure on that, but here we go. Kobe Nilsson out top. Waist-high dribble. Guarded by Brecken Robinson.
Let's see how long it takes Riverton to score. Remember, they're on an 8-minute-plus scoring drought right now.
Yeah.
Dating back to the first quarter of this game. So going to be interesting to see how long it takes for them to get some points on the board.
3 by Kobe Nilsson won't go. Roberts quickly in the front court. Stop, pop, and hit. Jordy Roberts, he's into double digits. He's got 10.
Yeah, he's feeling it tonight.
He don't look tired at all.
I don't think any of these Dixie, the way they run in transition and the amount of games they've played, 2 games for them was probably an easy ask by Coach Roberts.
Kick out. Nilsson will pass on this 3. Drive right to the middle. Up and under, leaning in.
Hey,
got it.
There it is.
Drought is over.
9 minutes. 9 minutes. That's impressive, but good for Riverton to get a bucket, and they're still only down 8 points. That's the crazy thing about this game.
Yeah, they played pretty good defensively, and you got to feel pretty fortunate if you can start getting the lid off a little bit. They're not out of this game whatsoever. Roberts over to Robinson. Brecken's going to drive in, whip it back to Roberts in the corner. He'll try to pass, and it's deflected and stolen. Lead pass ahead. Karekis running full speed, can't finish softly. And now Southwick is going to have a jump ball call. There is Zachary Edwards reached in and tied him up. Alternate possession, though, since they got the second half ball first. It'll be back to Dixie here. Again, we've got the big score dessert in effect from some of the earlier games, so it's good till they close at the St. George Yogurtland. Go get your Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert, 5 ounces free yogurt for everybody.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we get there in this game. Luckily someone took care of it for us earlier, but we're going to have to start loosening up the rims here if we're going to make it in this game.
Southwick, 15-foot jumper from the free throw line, spins out no good. Lead pass ahead. Oh, tough catch by Dunfield, and he couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, not a bad look for the Silverwolves there in transition. Just couldn't come up with a clean catch.
6:02 to go in the third quarter. 27-19 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard.
Going to be interesting to see if Dixie can get in a little flow here, offensively. See if we can get an easy bucket for Kyle or wide open 3. And there's a turnover right there.
Stolen by Karekis. Karekis traveled.
Yeah, still a little sloppy. We're probably pretty close to both teams being in double-digit turnovers here.
Correctus was going full speed, tried to go to a spin move and just kind of lost control a little bit. So back to Dixie. Offensively we go.
It's like Silverwolves are in a little 1-3-1 zone here. Maybe trying to extend it, get some pressure, maybe give Dixie a little bit different look here.
Dunfield tried to kind of nudge him to go over and back and got called for the foul instead.
Now it looks like they switch back to man-to-man. So let's see if we get Kyle a good catch on the block and either make something happen scoring it or kicking out for a wide open three.
Carter keeping the dribble going. Around the horn it goes to Southwick. Southwick lob it into Lemke. Lemke one-on-one, no double. Shovel pass in traffic, it's stolen away.
That's
Controlled.
That's 2 possessions in a row. Kyle's tried to make a pass and just hasn't quite connected and maybe tried to force it a little bit.
Correctus in transition, caught it on the baseline and just quickly shot it and scored it.
Yeah, he knew Kyle was going to be ready to put that one off the glass if he took it any further.
27-21, Dixie by 6. Roberts blocked away by Dunfield. Here comes Nilsson, left hand, no. Going full speed, but a rebound and a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, kind of a weird feeling to this game right now, Dev. I mean, like I said, I feel like Dixie's been outplaying the Silverwolves, but it's only a 6-point game, and it seems like the Silverwolves maybe have a little bit of momentum here as they scored a couple buckets, and so let's see, if they have a chance to dig into this 6-point lead here on this possession.
4:40 to go here in the third. Riverton ball, Correctus. Oh, pretty jumper falling to the side, and he buried it, nothing but nylon. Drop it to Lemke, kick it back out to Roberts. J-Rob thought about the 3, whips it to Myers. Brecken will hoist the 3, that won't go.
That's a tough shot. I mean, Brecken's a great shooter, but where we've struggled offensively, Coach Roberts probably wanted a little bit better look right there.
Extra pass to Dunfield down low and a foul. And you can kind of see Riverton kind of grabbing a little bit of momentum here. They've cut the lead down to 4.
Yeah, Correctus with 2 big buckets. That's someone you definitely want to keep quiet. He's in double digits now. And, Dixie, take a deep breath, right? Let's regroup a little bit and get back to running, get some easy buckets in transition, and hopefully a few stops here.
Dunfield turns, faces, drops it down low. Lake and Wilden is checked into the game. Riverton goes to the corner to Nilsson. He'll take the 3, miss it. Lemke rebound. Lemke and there's some good rebounders in Southern Utah in high school hoops, but you got to believe he's the favorite to win the rebounding crown.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and hopefully there's a goal for him to be leader in the state, 4A for sure.
Yeah.
Just with his ability to, he's got long arms, good timing, jumps well.
3:22 to go, and a kick ball.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. I mean, Kyle should be getting double-doubles just about every night, as long as he stays out of foul trouble. Good job, and that's what's going to make him good at the next level is he can score it, he can rebound it, he can defend. He's going to be a solid prospect for a lot of schools as he finishes up his junior and heads into his senior year.
And that shot won't go. Rebound, Damon Myers. Here comes Roberts. Flyers will slow it up a little bit here on this possession, at least momentarily. Leading by 4, under 3 to play in the third. Kick out to Roberts. Roberts goes right to the free throw line. Whip pass underneath. Wilden reverse, no. Tough angle there on that reverse.
Yeah, good look. Just couldn't quite finish it.
2:39 and ticking. Riverton can get within 1 possession here. Bounce pass to Correctus. Correctus whips it across the lane. Pump fake, and scoring it was number 23 for the Silverwolves, Zachary Edwards. And now the Dixie Flyers lead from 8 down to 2, and they want a timeout.
So it's almost been opposite, Dev, of what we saw in the second quarter, where Dixie's only scored, once?
Yeah.
Once in this third quarter, and we got 2 minutes left. Kind of a weird timeout there by Riverton. You have all the momentum, and then they're the ones that call the timeout. sometimes you got to get your guys a breather, but sometimes, man, you just want to let them play. You've battled back, and now you're in a 2-possession game. So let's see what Coach Roberts gets here drawn up. Let's see if we can get a bucket here for the Flyers, get them rolling the end of this third quarter.
Just a reminder, coming up, we'll have some awards. We'll name our Morgan Pest Control Defensive Play of the Game. We've got our Hearst Ace Hardware Player of the Game Award, our Sub of the Game brought to you by Jersey Mike's, and our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. We have to see something pretty special to beat that pass from Jordy Roberts.
Yeah, that's definitely the leader in the clubhouse right now. I think that's going to be tough to beat unless he throws one to Lemke for an alley-oop that's that same difficulty.
These Casey winners. I'm Devin Dixon. Glad you're with us. My voice is starting to run out of steam a little, Casey.
Yeah, 4 games is no joke, Dev.
It's good practice for me for the state tournament coming up next year. Get the basketball terminology down. You know, it's only a couple weeks ago we flipped the switch from football season. And there is John Southwick from downtown, a U First Credit Union three-pointer.
A great action right there by the Flyers. They were patient. They ran their stuff. All of a sudden, John comes wide open at the top of the key and buries it. That was a great job by the Flyers to just get in a wide open look.
Dunfield kicks it outside, and then the three by Stratton Johnson buried. And scoring picking up 30-28. Flyers lead by 2. Southwick to Wilden. Now to J-Rob, over to Myers. D-My going to get it inside to Lemke. Baby right hook, left it short. Rebound Dunfield. Here comes Johnson. Stratton slows it down to Dunfield straight away. And now to Kobe Nielsen on the left wing. Shaking, Bacon, driving to the middle. Nothing there. Going to kick it back to Stratton. The senior, Johnson, going to give it to Dunfield. Drop it in low. And Zachary Edwards trying to go to a power move, and they're going to call traveling on Edwards. I'm sure he wanted a foul there, Coach.
Yeah, I don't know if he was going to get one, but he definitely did travel. So let's see. I mean, Kyle got a good look last time. I'd like to maybe see him take one more dribble. He's had success with that quick spin. Maybe, you know, set up that right hook and then spin it back to the baseline for an easy bucket.
Robinson to Roberts, straight away three, good if it goes. No, it does not. Myers crashing the glass, can't get the rebound. Lead pass ahead, too tall, out of bounds, turnover, Riverton.
Yeah, coming down, under a minute left here, 2-point game. Let's see if the Flyers can get a bucket here, maybe a stop, another bucket with the shot clock, maybe go a little 2-for-1 here. You know, try to extend this lead to 6-8 points before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, you kind of wanted to see who would take the momentum in the locker room. You're kind of wondering who's going to take the momentum into the fourth quarter. Both teams should get a possession, maybe 2, depending on time on the shot clock versus the game clock here. Flyers have went pretty fast. They haven't wasted much time getting shots off in this game. Robinson drives hard to the middle. Southwest going to take a deep 3. No.
Look good, just a little long.
Shot clock is off. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. Karekis gets it over to Allred. Coach Wilson says, hey, let's take the last shot here.
Yeah, the chance to tie, maybe go ahead if you hit a 3. So this would be huge for the Silverwolves if they get a bucket here.
3 from the left side, splash. Nothing but the bottom for Stratton Johnson, and they do have the lead. Dixie hustling. Roberts doesn't get it off in time. He makes it, but it didn't leave his hand in time.
No, it was just a hair late. Great job by the Silverwolves in that third quarter to seize the momentum and take a 1-point lead into the fourth.
All right, we'll take a timeout. 31-30, Riverton by a point. Fourth quarter coming up on the Fan Sports Network.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com.
4 games is a lot to do, man.
Hey, we're back, everybody, here on the Fan Sports Network. Got the whole crew working all weekend, getting you ready for the holidays. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas from the Fan Sports Network team. Dixie and Riverton locked in a good one here. 31-30 to start the fourth quarter. Riverton gets that three by Stratton Johnson, and they now have the lead with 8 minutes to go in regulation at least. I don't know. Riverton's probably thinking we don't want to mess around with another overtime game like we did last night because it didn't go their way. They lose in overtime on the same court to Crimson.
Yeah, and Dixie had a close game against Maple Mountain yesterday. So both these teams have been in this situation this weekend. It's going to be interesting to see how these first couple minutes play out.
Karekis up top, give it up to Carter Nixon, who's into the game. They go down low to Dunfield, and he missed it. Little shot underneath the rim, but he couldn't find the mark.
Yeah, good look right there.
Kick to Brecken Robinson. Three is in the air, and it down. Nothing but the bottom for Brecken.
Great shot by Brecken. Great driving kick by Jordy Roberts.
U First Credit Union 3 ball. Dixie back on top, 33-31. Carter guarding Karekis. They're in a zone here.
Yeah, Dixie, a little 2-3 zone.
And the zone breaker is go underneath and score it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how long they stick with that. You know, got a defensive stop last time, gave up a bucket this time. I think Kyle's got to keep posting. I don't think either team shot free throws this half. So, I mean, neither team is even close to the bonus. It's going to be interesting to see, you know, how free throws play into this game.
The bench erupted because Roberts put him on skates. Allred was retreated, and then Roberts put on the brakes, and it was about 6 feet of separation. Three by Roberts, no.
Yeah, he had to heave that one. Shot it with about 2 seconds left on the shot clock. That's the first time we've seen the Flyers get it under 5.
And now tied at 33. Riverton a chance to retake the lead here.
Dixie still in his zone.
Out top. Plenty of time still on the shot clock. Leaping leaner, no good. And rebound Grant Carter.
I'd like to see Grant get something going here. I know he played really well earlier today.
Yeah, he did.
But maybe let's get him a wide open three, maybe a drive to the hoop.
Grant Carter in this game has not scored.
Good.
Inside Kyle Lemke, he knows how to score. You got to feed that big man the ball,
yeah,
I think.
Grant set a great screen. You'll see every high school team in America run that play, and it's very difficult to stop when you have a guard setting a cross screen for the big right there. Kyle, easy bucket in the paint.
35-33, Flyers by 2. 5:45 and ticking left. Inside, shot and contact. Shot won't go, but free throws coming. Very rare. You just talked about it, Coach, but very rare. Trip to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line.
That's a nice little action right there by the Silver Wolves. A little pass down to the short corner and then a cut right down the middle. Wasn't able to get the bucket, but we'll be shooting 2 free throws here.
We've got All-Star football coming on New Year's Eve, December 31st. Gridiron University will have a showcase game. Just one game on the 31st, and that'll be the freshman All-Stars battling it out. But then 2 games Saturday, January 14th. You'll have the 8th grade All-Stars against Vegas. And then the senior showcase, Southern Utah will play Vegas All-Star group. And then on the 16th, they'll have a 9th grade All-Star game, Utah versus the West. And then the college senior showcase and the Rocky Mountain team will take on the West. And going to be a lot of fun. So you've got games coming up New Year's Eve at Dixie High, but then on January 14th and 16th at Crimson, right here at Crimson's football field. It'll be a lot of fun. If you've never been out to that, go check it out. Some great local up-and-coming talent. You got 8th, 9th grade seniors and college seniors. So you got every level about represented there on the gridiron. Go to giufootball.com to learn more.
Yeah, it sounds like a good time. Maybe catch a few of those before you head into a basketball game.
Yeah. This is a good one. Looked like Dixie was kind of going to pull away, 8-point lead at the half. All of a sudden here with 5:40 to go, Riverton had briefly retaken the lead, and now they got a chance to tie it back up with a couple from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Don't forget those coupon books are on sale through the holidays, and you download their mobile app. You get their Best Wash. It's called the Best Wash, and it's free to show that you've downloaded the app, and you'll get a free car wash at Fabulous Freddy's. 2 Southern Utah locations, North Bluff and River Road. Free throw is up and in for Carter Nixon. First point of the game for him, I think.
Yeah, Carter's come in, especially in that zone. He's been very active and created a few opportunities, hit a couple free throws, and going to go take a seat on the bench, get a breather.
We'll check back out. Edwards in. Roberts coming across the timeline, center court. Lobs it to the corner to Robinson, whips it inside Lemke, and a beautifully executed play as Lemke scores
that's what I was saying. We've seen that play twice in a row where Grant Carter comes across, sets a cross screen for Kyle, and it's just an easy bucket.
37-35, Dixie by 2, 5:15 left, fourth quarter.
Dixie's staying in the zone, kind of a matchup zone here.
And a block by Lemke comes off from the backside and helps out. And it looked like one of the Flyer defenders, Grant Carter, lost his balance and was going out of bounds, and he was going to score it, but Lemke saving the day.
Yeah, came up from behind and was able to swat it away.
Flyers now down to 18 on the shot clock. Roberts trying to feed Lemke again. It's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Dixie. Shot clock down to 15.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier, I expect them to get a good scoring opportunity off this out-of-bounds play here. They always have some really good sets.
Roberts goes into Lemke, but beyond the three-point line, and now we've got a whistle.
Yeah, we had a reset on the shot clock. So it should be, about 13, I imagine. It was 15 when they inbounded it.
Yep.
So should have about 13 seconds here. Coach is taking this opportunity to have a little impromptu timeout, drop a play while they're resetting the shot clock.
Again, Nets on fire, Region 10 updates. The only two teams lost today were Cedar and Pineview. Dixie, this is their second game of the day. They already beat Logan, trying to go 2-0 on the day and 3-0 in this Coach Walk Classic. Desert Hills, Snow Canyon also picking up wins. Crimson winning before this game here tonight by 10. Robinson tripped, hits the deck, and is fouled.
Yeah, great job by Brecken with 6 on the shot clock. Did a really good job, either getting a layup or, he got tripped up there. But it'll be interesting to see if they give him free throws or if we're going to be underneath.
Looks like underneath.
But we'll get a reset here, so maybe a good opportunity to get another one of those set plays ready to go.
Yep, back to 35 on the shot clock. It was down to 6, so that's a little bit of importance. Coming up, we'll have the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Hand out all our awards. Right now, tight one, though, 37-35. Dixie leading Riverton. Inbound to Brecken. Back to Jordy. Lob it into Kyle. Kyle backing his way down. One-handed pass out to Robinson for 3. No. Rebound cleared by the Silver Wolves.
Good possession there by Dixie.
Here comes the Wolves. And it's deflected and stolen away, or is it? Now, the ball's still loose. Picked up by Riverton. Karekis on the baseline. Whips it. Mid-range Jay, good. Benjamin Barris burying the jumper.
Yeah, those loose balls, something always happens to the team. Something good happens when you can get those. Kind of bouncing around there at mid-court. We thought the Flyers had it, and then Riverton came up with it and was able to capitalize, get the score tied again.
Southwick's going to line up a 3. Around and out. Rebound, Karekis. Behind the back, he'll dribble across half court himself. Give it up, get it right back. Now Karekis will bring it over to the other side of the court. Guarded by Grant Carter. Grant's given up a little bit of size to Karekis. Yeah. Karekis is listed at 6'4". Grant's probably, what, 6'1"? Maybe?
Yeah, 6'1", 6'2". Long arms, though. Not afraid to get physical.
Jump shot won't go. Here come the Flyers. We're tied at 37. Roberts behind the screen, pulls the trigger on a U-first 3 ball, and down it goes, nothing but the bottom.
Yeah, great read by Jordan. I think he had a similar play just like this in the first quarter where Kyle Lemke comes up to set a screen, defender goes under, Jordan does a great job stopping behind the three-point line and tickling the twine.
Timeout on the court, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. It's brought to you by our friends at Cache Valley Bank. And just a reminder that we've got another quadruple header of basketball tomorrow. The schedule starts at 10:30 a.m., and these will be in Pineview's main gym at the pit. Manti Desert Hills at 10:30, Pineview Logan at noon, and Green Canyon Dixie at 1:30. And then tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, at the Burns Arena, we'll have Utah Tech taking on Masters College, an NAI school out of California. That's a 7 o'clock tip. Rod Zundel will have the call right here on the Fan Sports Network. That one, Trailblazers, will also be streamed on ESPN+. Down by 3. See what the Silver Wolves draw up here. Flyers in that zone again. Stratton Johnson's going to get a skip pass in the corner pocket 3. Did that hit the window?
I don't know if it did, but number 12, Johnson, he's hit a couple timely threes for the Silver Wolves in this second half.
Roberts now in the Flyers, tied 40-40. 2:38 and ticking to go. Clock running down to 18, and Southwick buries a 3. John Southwick.
Big shot by John there. Another great driving kick by Jordan. John, you know, he's had some wide open looks, shooting it with confidence tonight, which is awesome to see.
Stratton Johnson, hesitation, feeling his way into the middle. Whip pass back out, gets it back in the corner. Thought about that same spot he just hit one. Instead, he goes to Edwards. Edwards over to Allred. Allred straight away, triple threat, has his dribble, uses it. Now Allred gonna go, blocked by Lemke.
Little Windex there by Kyle, putting it off the glass. What a great block, sliding over as a help defender and erasing that shot.
And it stays in bounds, and the Flyers get the possession.
Great block by Kyle there.
Block is only good if you keep it in bounds, right?
That's what coaches used to say.
Yeah.
Players, we want to send it as far in the stands as you can.
Yeah, I've heard Juddy say that a few times.
Yes.
Carter slithering down the lane. That's a first points of the night for GC.
Yeah, great drive to the left hand. Dixie extending this to 5 with a minute and a half to go. 2 big buckets for the Flyers.
Correctus out top. Riverton desperately needs a bucket here, or they're going to have to try to pressure and maybe even foul, preserve some clock. 17, there's no urgency. They got to hurry here. They got to get a shot. And now finally a timeout by Coach Wilson.
Yeah,
nobody knew what they were doing there.
Good call by Coach. You can tell Johnson wanted to pull that 3. Didn't have the space. Good call by Coach Wilson to get something drawn up and get a big bucket here.
All right, full timeout. We'll take it. Dixie up by 5. 1:14 to go on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Flyers 45, Silver Wolves 40 on the Fan Sports Network.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC.
Grill right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Here we go. Final moments here. Coach Walk Classic Day 2. Still more basketball tomorrow, but final game of the night. And it's been a good one. Dixie leads by 5, but time is running out. 1:14 to go, Coach. What does Riverton draw up here? They got 13 on the shot clock.
Yeah, let's just get something going to the hoop. You know, whether it's a drive for a layup or a kick out for a wide open 3. Got to go fairly quick with only 13 left on the clock.
They get it in. Lose the dribble. Johnson gets it over to Allred. Allred backs it out with 8. They'll drop it inside. Edwards doubled. Kick back out 3 by Dunfield. He airballed it. That wasn't exactly what they drew up in the timeout.
No, you can tell Dunfield, he probably doesn't shoot too many of those. He had to shoot it, but wasn't comfortable shooting it. Great stop by the Flyers. Now just under a minute to go with a 5-point lead.
Roberts, 2-guard out high, flips it over to Carter in the backcourt. Carter walks it across half court now, whips it to the corner to Robinson. Hard drive. Robinson whip past to Southwick. Roberts will back it back out. I don't know why they're not fouling it now. They finally do.
Yeah, they're going to. And the tough part is, you know, people talk about the shot clock. Now they have to reset it. Riverton still has 4 fouls to give, so I expect Dixie to use this whole clock unless they have a wide open layup, make Riverton foul him.
Carter taking his time, bringing it across half court after the inbounds. He'll hand off to Robinson. They're not fouling.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Now they finally do. Allred commits the foul on a reach around.
You wasted 12 seconds there, you know, of precious time. It's a 2-possession game. You've got to get them to the free throw line and try to capitalize going back the other way.
Yeah, and you still got to foul a couple more times.
Yeah, because now the shot clock's off, right? Now, you know, if they don't foul, this game's over. And
they're going to get an inbound to Carter, and Grant Carter lays it up and in.
Great finish. Great play design right there by Coach Roberts to ice this thing.
47-40. Flyers look like they're going to win. Allred trying to find an open look. Now he's got a pass. Nothing there. Karekis dribbling. Backs into a three. Left it short off the side of the backboard. Carter racing ahead. Grant Carter going to go up with the right hand reverse. No, Limpke put back, And Coach Roberts wants a timeout with 2 seconds left.
Great play by Grant Carter there to corral that loose ball off the side of the backboard. I thought he had a nice silky smooth finish on their side. Just rolled off the iron, but big Kyle Lemke right there.
Running the floor, the big man running the floor. And college coach is going to see plays like that where he doesn't just watch his teammate, thinks he's going to make it. He's following that play.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, if you're a big man or a youngster, man, I don't know how many points Kyle gets off offensive glass or run in transition, but, man, he creates a lot of opportunities for himself and is making himself a lot more valuable because of his ability to run the floor.
Limke now is 16. Jordan Roberts has 13. 7 for Bracken Robinson, 6 for Southwick, 4 for Grant Carter, but a couple great plays defensively. Only one guy in double digits, that's Stratton Johnson for Riverton. And they're going to lose this game, and they're going to lose 2 close ones in a row. They lose in overtime last night to Crimson, and they're going to lose this one here, 49-40. That'll do it. Inbound, and it's over. Put it on ice. Flyers improve to 8-1. This team looks really good. They can win in a variety of ways, and this one didn't come easy, but they find a way. 49-40.
And remember, it was their second game of the day. Let's not forget that.
Yep.
So to grind it out, I think it was a 40-40 game, right, with just a couple minutes left, and a couple big defensive stops. A timely 3 by Jordan, timely 3 by John Southwick in the corner, and the Flyers walk out of Friday with 2 wins.
We'll take a 60-second timeout when we come back. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Flyers win it on the Wilkinson scoreboard, 49-40. Stay with us. We'll wrap it up, hand out some awards when we come back.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your...
Welcome back, everybody. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Devin Dixon, Casey Winters, and it's on ice. 49-40. Flyers get 2 wins in the same day, beating Logan earlier today, 65-53. Lemke led them in scoring with 18, and guess what? Lemke scores 16 tonight in the victory. But a nice win when you played your second game in the same day. And the Flyers are rolling right now. One of the teams to watch for. They're hungry. They got beat in the title game last year. They want another shot this year.
Yeah, and I expect them to be there when it's all said and done, you know, up at Utah State in February. But, yeah, good win. I think we know enough about Dixie to know how good they are, even when they're not at their best. A little sloppy tonight. Lots of turnovers, missed some wide open looks, but still always find a way to be in the game and usually they pull out most of them like they did tonight, with just some big plays by a variety of guys tonight for the Flyers.
Looking at, here's the scoring, and the stats brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors. Leading scorer, Stratton Johnson with 12. Jackson Korekis held to 8. I think Coach Roberts got to be pretty pleased with his defense tonight.
Yeah, like we mentioned it, to hold the team to 0 points in the second quarter. But then when it got down to crunch time, you know, to get that shot clock violation, when it was a five-point game, and a couple other timely stops. And Coach preaches that. I remember back to the preview when he talked about, you know, he wanted his team to up their intensity and their effort on the defensive end, and we definitely saw that tonight.
You know, we saw a lot more guys get run in the Logan game because of the score. Laker Ward, Lakin Wilden, Nate Sorensen, a lot of guys got in the game. Tonight, Coach played mainly a 7-man rotation. Damon Myers got a lot of run off the bench. Lakin Wilden got a little bit, but it was mainly your starting 5. They got the job done. Jordy Roberts, what a floor game tonight, 13 points, probably had 10 assists. Pretty safe to say he had our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game right at the end of the first half.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. We'll be talking about that one for a while. Just get that thing on Sports Center. That's right up there with a John Morant or a Steph Curry pass right there, finding Brecken Robinson running the lane right to end the half.
We did put that out on social media, and it's if you follow me on Twitter at Dev Dixon, on Instagram at Dev Dixon, we've been posted. It was like a whirlwind whip pass.
Yeah, like, with the defender in his face and
beating the clock.
Yeah, and then Brecken caught it off the bounce, which you don't see very often, right in stride, and finished it. Super impressive play by those two, and we'll see that time and time again this year, and I'm sure it's happened hundreds of times before tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Jordy Roberts, you never know when he's going to make an incredible pass, but that one's going to be one of the. I'm going to go on record and say that's a top 5 pass for him this season.
Oh, for sure, sure.
I mean, I'm not saying number one because he could do something, maybe a crazy lob or maybe even another.
Throw that one on the highlight reel that you'll be looking at years to come and sending out to college coaches.
Yep, no question about it. You look at Roberts. He had help in the scoring department, pretty balanced. I mean, 16 for Lemke, 13 for Roberts, 7 for Brecken Robinson, 6 for John Southwick, 4 for Grant Carter, 3 for Lakin Wilden. They only scored 49 tonight. But
yeah, and I mean, Grant had 2 big buckets right at the end to ice this game. And that's the thing you love about Grant.
He works harder on defense.
He didn't feel sorry for himself about not being in the scoring column, but he made 2 awesome plays when it mattered most and helped the Flyers, put that game away in the waning minute of the game.
You saw Crimson and then you saw Dixie back-to-back. I can't wait for those 2 matchups. And then Snow Canyon Dixie because it's a state championship rematch. I know Snow Canyon lost yesterday to Loken, but that's still a pretty good basketball team with Owen Mackey, Will Warner. Cy Meacham can really shoot it. They got some dudes.
Yeah, Region 10 is shaping up. I know these guys are excited for the break, but I know they're excited to get back after the break and start that region play. And yeah, I mean, we're going to have some amazing matchups right from the start. And I don't think, we're going to be able to identify a winner of the region until well into the second round.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get into February before. Will anybody go undefeated? Every year I say it's unlikely. If there is a team to do it, you would probably tap Dixie as the team that has the best shot to do it, but I don't think it would be more than 40% or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't think so. I mean, as amazing as Dixie is, which we know, what happens if Kyle Lemke gets in foul trouble or something like that. And there's, like you said, I mean, even the way we saw Pineview shoot last night,
anybody can get hot on one night.
I mean, and Hurricane's got some size, and going to Cedar with the band, which we heard plenty about. It would be, I'm putting my money on nobody goes undefeated in Region 10 this year.
Yep, but Dixie looking good right now, 8-1. 8-1 to start the year. Snow Canyon's lost 2 games so far this year, one to Layton Christian, the other one to Logan yesterday, but Dixie just beat Logan today. You get a little common opponent comparison going. But again, back to our awards. Our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game was the whip pass by Jordy Roberts. Go check it out on Twitter. You can go back and watch the game on demand if you're listening on radio and you want to see it happen right at the end of the first half. And there was literally hardly any time on the clock there when Roberts made that play. thank you, AWP, for sponsoring our Playmaker Play of the Game. Player of the game, I think it's still Roberts for me tonight.
I agree. He had a great floor game. We mentioned earlier, similar to what we saw from Nash Schroeder last night, Jordan just controlled the game. Steals, obviously assists, and then he had some big threes, a couple of sneaky finishes in the paint, ended with 13. Imagine close to a double-double with points and assists. So I'm all on board with giving it to J-Rob tonight.
Yep, J-Rob, your Hearst Ace Hardware player of the game. Defensive play of the game. You like the block by Lemke there?
Yeah, I think there's still a mark on the backboard there.
You got the Windex out comment was classic.
Yeah, dude, you love that. And big man, yeah, hearing that ball clank off the glass is one of the best sounds there is. And so, yeah, Kyle, and it was in crunch time too, where it was just a
4-point game.
Yeah, 4-point game, and he snuck over and had a couple other ones tonight, but that was by far the most emphatic and probably the most important one.
So our Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game, Mr. Kyle Lemke, gets that honor. And on a night in which they didn't go as deep into the bench, Lake and Wilden scored 3 off the bench. Damon Myers didn't score, but he probably had more of an impact than anybody just because of his defense, his hustle plays, his rebounds, and things of that nature.
Yeah, he doubled up today, and we called his name a lot for tips, steals, diving on the floor, couple assists, some big defensive stops. Love that kid and the energy and the effort that he brings off the bench. Not like you mentioned, not a score like some of the other guys, but their effort, energy, and intensity doesn't drop off at all when he comes in the game.
Dixie wins it 49-40. This is the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show again. 16 for Lemke, 13 for Roberts to lead the statistical category. And our stats brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors. Appreciate Boulevard Home Furnishings, our title sponsor, Finley Subaru, Luke Udy, American Family Insurance. House of Jump. We didn't get the dunk again. We went 0 for 4. We didn't see one dunk today.
There's not going to be very many games where Kyle Lemke does not have a dunk. He almost had one in the first half on that lob play. Just couldn't quite turn it over and flip it down. But, yeah, I was surprised by that. So, hopefully tomorrow people will be able to text in and be able to head over to the House of Jump after watching some games tomorrow afternoon.
Appreciate Rally Stop, Fabulous Freddy's, AWP, Holbrook Asphalt, the Big Score Dessert. We got it in 3 games today. So head over to Yogurtland at checkout. Say, I'm here for the Big Score Dessert. They're going to give you 5 ounces of your yogurt for free, which is enough for me. I mean, I took my whole family in there one night, and I think I paid like $1.30. And my daughters were putting the sprinkles and the gummy bears and all the stuff on top, and it was only like $1.50.
Better ice the vocal cords down.
That's right.
Yogurtland.
Thanks to Jason Baum, Bay Equity Home Loans, Bose Auto Parts, U First Credit Union, Morgan Pest Control, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Hearst Ace Hardware, Cache Valley Bank, Jersey Mike, sub of the game. Again, in 2 games today, we went with Myers of the Flyers. And we appreciate Nets on Fire. Let's run down all the scores again that we have for you here today. The 4 games we had here, Dixie beats Logan 65-53. Then they win moments ago 49-40. In between that, Cedar loses to Bountiful by 9. And then you had a 10-point win for Crimson. Then Desert Hills won and Snow Canyon won over at Desert Hills and Pineview High. And then the other game was Pineview, and Pineview lost to Manti today. So just 2 losses for the three losses for the region? Two losses.
2.
Cedar and Pineview. Everybody else won today. So and Dixie won twice. So basically, 5-2 record? 5-2 record today for Region 10.
Great showing for Region 10. Expect the same tomorrow as we come back and finish up the Coach Walker Classic. And then I know a few teams will play over the holidays after the break.
There's a couple teams playing that Hodson Cancer Classic up there hosted in Cedar City.
Yeah, but let's get ready for, what is it, January 5th, I believe, 4th or 5th, when we come back from the break. And Region 10 starts off with a bang.
Yep, it's going to be fun. Coach, great job tonight. Thanks for stopping by, hanging with me. Casey Winters, everybody. This has been the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry Post-Game Show. Again, thanks to Connor Collins back in the Fan Sports Network studios, Dusty Allen, our producer, Cody, our camera guy, Gage, our stat guy. And thank you for hanging out with us all day long here on a Friday. Remember, 3 more games tomorrow starting at 10:30. They're all back-to-back-to-back. So we'll be on the air from about 10:15 till about 3 o'clock, roughly. Then we'll have a little break, get you some normal sports programming. You got bowl games firing up today and tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, if you're not going to the Burns Arena, tune in because Dixie, Utah Tech is going to play Masters, and they're in the middle of a homestand. So next home game for Coach Judkins and the Trailblazers tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. And that'll be a good test for them. That Masters team, you know that team pretty well. They're a good team.
Yeah, they've always been solid.
Utah Tech should win. They're going to be favored.
They will.
But I don't think they're going to win by 50.
No, and, well, we hope they do. But, yeah, great opportunity. Utah Tech's off to a great start. Battled Utah State, battled Washington. Beat Weber State.
Covered against Arizona.
Yeah, and so looking forward to them, catch a game. And then we got WAC play starting up pretty soon with a great bunch of teams in the WAC that there's going to be a lot of fun games to watch over the Burns Arena this season.
I feel like there's 8 or 9 teams that could win the WAC this year.
Yeah, it's deep. I mean,
Sam Houston, Grand Canyon, New Mexico State.
Cal Baptist is always great. We had a lot of good battles with Coach Croy and
SU Todd Simon's got a good team.
Yeah.
And Coach Judkins has got a lot of experience, mixed with some newcomers.
Yeah, those SUU games are going to be fun, aren't they? And UVU is always fun. We talk about a lot of the gyms in the region that they get rocking during Region 10, but there's nothing better than a packed Burns Arena. That place gets loud, the energy's great, and I expect us to have some good crowds out to those games this season.
All right, so again, a loaded day of hoops tomorrow. Tune in starting 10:15 a.m. All of the high school games you can watch on the fansportsnetwork.com and listen to on the radio, and then the Utah Tech game radio on the Fan and TV on ESPN+. For Casey Winters, Devin Dixon, the rest of our crew, good night, where the Flyers win 2 games in the same day as they have just won it 49-40 over a really decent Riverton team that gave them a heck of a fight. Good night from Crimson Cliffs High School. See you all tomorrow.